Will a win over Canelo put you ahead of Mayweather as the greatest boxer of this generation?
Listen, I leave the opinions to everybody else, but like I said, after this fight, when I defeat Canelo, I'm gonna be on Mount Rushmore. That's where I'm gonna be.
The long-awaited encounter finally arrived. Two boxing legends from different generations met in the same arena, face to face. On one side stood Floyd "Money" Mayweather, the undefeated icon who ruled the previous era with a flawless 50-0 record. Opposite him was Terence "Bud" Crawford, the fighter who recently stunned the world by defeating Canelo Alvarez and earning the title of pound-for-pound #1 of his time. For the first time ever, these two champions locked eyes. Gone were the endless debates and hypothetical matchups. This was real. This was tangible. Mayweather and Crawford shared the stage, the cameras, and the spotlight. And believe me, this was far from a routine media appearance. It was a historic moment no boxing fan would ever forget.
Wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
To really grasp how wild this showdown was, you need to look back for a moment. Before 2025, asking who would come out on top between Mayweather and Crawford would have seemed absurd. Floyd was considered untouchable, undisputedly one of the greatest fighters in history.
Gotta have 4 arms.
I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you? Keyshawn beat Tank?
Keyshawn beat everybody. Him and Shakur.
How you feel about them not fighting each other? That's cool?
Yeah, that's cool. They don't need to fight each other.
Was there anybody ever...
They can beat up everybody else.
Was there anybody ever like that in boxing with you? Because not really Sean Porter, right?
Nope.
No friends in this business for you.
I think Tim Bradley would have been like that.
Okay.
I think me and Tim Bradley would have been like that. I wouldn't have fought Tim.
If the opportunity presented itself against Floyd, you wouldn't, though, even though you admire him so much and he's so great. But you
Floyd, yeah, because I wasn't as close. Me and Floyd close now, but when Floyd was boxing, I wasn't as close with Floyd like I am now.
How do you beat Floyd, though? Like, since nobody's been able to crack that code.
You think I would tell you?
He ain't fighting anymore, so that fight ain't gonna happen.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you?
I think you got your answer there.
Nah, I didn't hear nothing. Is Floyd better than you? Some fighters say, even like Gervonta Davis.
Then everything changed with Crawford's fight against Canelo. Stepping up in weight, Crawford faced a challenge that many thought was beyond reach. And he didn't just meet it, he conquered it. He defeated Canelo Alvarez decisively, not merely scraping by, but asserting complete control in the ring.
Crawford had the ability to fight backwards and stay composed, good defense, hands was always up, countering everything that Canelo was throwing at him. He was just a little more active fight. Canelo did hit him to the body, but it was pretty much all Terence Crawford.
I think some of what we saw from Canelo is what he has to resort to now to fight. Maybe he's dealt with some injuries to where he's not as mobile. It's just the pattern that he's put himself in for the last, 6 to 8 fights. That same pattern is why Bivol was able to get him.
He did not allow Canelo to get inside, man. As soon as Canelo would get into that certain range, you would jab him. We didn't see any like lateral moves where he would throw, push off to the side as we used to see Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo was almost smothering his shot because he couldn't stay at range with him. And Terence Crawford runs off counter combinations. It would be a wider margin if they fought.
That victory flipped the narrative entirely. In a single night, Crawford transformed from being recognized as one of the elite to arguably the top fighter of his generation. Observers, commentators, and fellow athletes alike began acknowledging it, but wasn't merely pursuing greatness. He had become it.
Thank you, GOAT, because you are the GOAT of this era. Terence "Bud" Crawford.
And this is where the story got even more unbelievable. After the bout, Canelo Alvarez, who had faced both Mayweather and Crawford at the peak of their powers, made a statement that sent shockwaves through the sport. Canelo openly acknowledged that Crawford was the superior fighter.
And lastly for me, champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Think about that for a moment. Canelo faced Floyd Mayweather at his absolute peak in 2013 and then went up against Crawford at his prime in 2024. For him to declare that Bud was the stronger, more skilled fighter, that isn't just a compliment. That's a statement that shakes the very idea of legacy in boxing.
Canelo, just one, please.
Guys, we gotta go. We don't.
Can you elaborate on why Crawford is better than Mayweather? Just a little bit of detail.
Oh, he can switch. He's very smart guy. He's better.
For years, Floyd portrayed Canelo as an easy opponent, using his victory over the younger fighter to bolster his legendary reputation. Now Canelo is saying something completely different. Crawford operates on an entirely higher level.
You could take a guy like Canelo, this guy could do, he can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm going to tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Cakewalk. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude. Easy. Y'all always disrespecting our fighters.
That kind of talk cuts deep for Mayweather, because his entire legacy is built on being the undisputed best. And now a new generation, including some of his former rivals, is placing Crawford above him. And we all know Floyd. His ego is massive, practically legendary, that as soon as Canelo's comments hit the media, Floyd's approach shifted. He began dropping hints in interviews, signaling something major was coming. Not another exhibition, not a quick payday overseas. A genuine return to the professional ring. For the first time in years, Mayweather expressed openness to a real fight. And the name at the top of his list? Terence Crawford. This isn't about money. It's about legacy. It's about pride. Floyd wants the world to remember. He's still the greatest, still untouchable.
I had to have 70 fights, or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
But there's a twist in the story. Before Floyd even considers taking on Crawford, he already has another matchup on the calendar. Next April, he's set to face off in an exhibition bout against none other than Mike Tyson.
Like that fans will watch for sure is you and Mike Tyson. How's training going, Floyd? Talk to me all about this as you get ready to get back in that boxing ring once again.
Well, not really training right now.
Not yet.
You know, the fight is in 2026. We still, ironing out everything, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be exciting for the people and the fans.
Are you going in there to put Mike down and like, hey, this is not, we're going to have fun, we're going to throw a few punches, like I'm taking this seriously and I'm trying to fight Tyson?
I don't know. I just want to give the fans what they want to see, excitement. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be an exciting event.
Let's be honest, this is already one of the craziest matchups in boxing history. Floyd, the master of defense, going up against Tyson, one of the hardest hitters the sport has ever seen. This isn't about belts or rankings. It's pure spectacle entertainment and a serious clash of egos. And the tension is real. Tyson has never held back his disdain for Mayweather, calling him arrogant, mocking his style, and making it clear that if they ever met in the ring, he'd come for the knockout. For Floyd, a strong showing against Tyson isn't just about the exhibition. It's a stepping stone. A clean performance sets up the Crawford fight perfectly. But one wrong move, one punch that lands, and the Crawford matchup could be dead before it even begins. No one wants to watch a 50-year-old Floyd, coming off a tough loss to an even older Tyson, step into the ring with Bud.
The greatest of all time, Evander Holyfield. Mike Tyson announced he's fighting Floyd Mayweather in 2026. What do you think of that fight overall?
Well, kind of different, size-wise, by
Tyson heavyweight, and I think weatherweight.
Right.
So it's.
Is it a real fight? Do you think? You think fans should take it serious? Is it a real fight, Mayweather Tyson?
I couldn't think it's real. Because the fact of the matter, he's a lot bigger than guy. His weight makes a difference.
In a strange way, Tyson has become the gatekeeper. Floyd has to show he still belongs in the ring before any talk of a Crawford matchup can even happen to this. Oh, why is Mayweather still part of this conversation? The answer is simple. Because he's Floyd. 50 wins, 0 defeats. The greatest defensive boxer the sport has ever seen. A fighter who could make elite opponents look ordinary. He didn't rely on knockout power or size. His advantage was intelligence, perfect timing, and the uncanny ability to make opponents miss by mere inches and pay dearly for it.
Speaking of boxing, do you think Floyd's the GOAT?
Oh, undeniably. I don't even think it's close. Yeah.
Okay.
As far as like an actual fighter for fight, like fight for fight, pound for pound, the Floyd, how can he not be the greatest? Like, as far as like, he's never lost. He's the greatest defensive fighter without
not even close.
I don't even think it's a debate.
It's not a debate.
Floyd's been hit hard maybe 4 times in his career.
It's not a debate.
He's touched the floor 1 time, bro.
It's not a debate.
How do you fight 50 times and touch the floor 1?
Even Terence Crawford has openly recognized that Floyd's defensive skills are unparalleled. And when Bud speaks about him, you can hear the respect and genuine admiration in his words.
What makes
Floyd is a fighter Crawford has studied closely, even shaping parts of his own style around him. But make no mistake, Crawford isn't a copy. He brings his own level of greatness to the ring.
Back at like Floyd's career, like him coming up in the era that he came up in, he had all them champions that he was able to fight. And that's what led him to be so great, because he fought the most champions, beat the most champions, got the most money for beating the most champions. So it's just like, man, he had this guy, back to back to fight, 1 after 1.
Crawford is the complete package. He can switch stances, counter with precision, turn on the aggression when necessary, and slow it down when strategy demands. Most importantly, he's a closer. Once he lands a significant blow, he doesn't give his opponent a second chance.
Afterwards, you are better than Floyd Mayweather, and I know you don't like those comparisons. I know you don't like when people pitch you two together, but when you heard that, what did you think? How did that feel to hear that from someone like him?
I just was like, well, it's his personal opinion. He was in the ring with both of us, so a lot of people, they can say what they want, but he's actually been in the ring with both of us. One where he felt like he was at the best, and another where he felt like he was at a disadvantage when he had a rehydration clause and he was younger. So, I don't know, I don't go off of that. Floyd is the best fighter, in his era, and I feel like I'm the best fighter in my era.
Defeating Canelo demonstrated something on a much larger scale. Crawford's ability isn't confined to weight divisions. He chose to test himself, stepped in against a significantly bigger opponent, and emerged victorious. That's a level of risk Floyd rarely embraced during his career. Mayweather was calculated, selecting matchups at precisely the right moments. Crawford, on the other hand, walked directly into the danger and came out unscathed.
Wild, because if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time.
Oh, yes.
That makes a difference to people.
When the two finally came face to face in front of the cameras, the tension was unmistakable. For Crawford, the moment felt unreal. He had grown up watching Mayweather, breaking down his fights, learning from his greatness. Now that same figure stood opposite him, not as an inspiration, but as an opponent. For Floyd, this was deeply personal. This wasn't an exhibition against a social media star or a retired crossover fighter. This was about reaffirming his place at the top. After all these years, he wanted to prove to the world and to himself that he was still the dominant force.
Excited to see Bud perform the way he performed against Canelo. I think boxing needed that fight. I think Bud showed up in the way he was supposed to. I think Canelo did as well, and the respect between the two men is what boxing is supposed to be. I can't talk about all the eras of boxing because I haven't seen them all, but I've seen Hagler Hearns. I've seen Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler. Like I've seen all of those things, and those fights were wars. Floyd Mayweather is the best boxer I've ever seen. He's the most skilled boxer I've ever seen. Bud, and this is just my opinion, is the baddest man I've seen wear boxing gloves. And here's why I say that.
RC.
Here's why I say that. Bud is extremely skilled, right? Yet not as skilled as Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather made people look foolish, right? And so if I had to say who's the greatest I've seen, and Bud said it right, the best of an era and the best of an era, it's Floyd. But when I watched Bud against Canelo, there was this extreme skill on display, and there was a level of crazy that's different. There was a level of, and Floyd's extremely tough. Go back to Shane Mosley and the 2 punches he landed early in the fight and the way that he embarrassed him. I'm not saying that Floyd's not tough, Floyd's not a bad man, but there was domination inside that ring we saw this weekend. And there's no fear in him in the way that he's attacked gaining notoriety. Bud's been the baddest man for 12 years. But no one gave him credit because he didn't go tell you he was the baddest man. He didn't market that. He just went out and fought and beat people and knocked people out. So he had to move up and take the bigger fights and the better fights. And he was Errol Spence. We realized just how great he was. Canelo cemented him on what is the two-headed monster that marks the greatest of the 2000s. Floyd Mayweather is on that, and Bud Crawford is right next to him. I don't think we have to pick on who's better. I think they both dominated their eras.
The face-off itself was brief, but it said more than words ever could. Crawford appeared relaxed and self-assured. Floyd wore his familiar grin, yet there was something unmistakable in his stare. If this fight becomes real, it carries enormous weight for him, but the stakes aren't the same for both men. For Mayweather, there's almost no downside. He's approaching 50. If he somehow defeats Crawford, his legacy reaches mythical status. The undefeated great who returned years later to topple the pound-for-pound ruler. And if he comes up short, the narrative is easy. He was older, long past his prime, and most people would simply move on.
Rank now, all time, ending this interview.
Number one, and the only one that he got at top is Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford is this generation guy, you know what I'm saying, accomplishing all the goals that he accomplished.
Matched up? How do they match up, Floyd and Terence?
Hey, I'm like this, man. It's going to be great because Floyd, he's about his work. He put in work. We've been watching it for decades, you know what I'm saying? Him coming out of retirement to do this fight. That's a win for the whole world boxing. Every generation, from Floyd generation to this generation, they get to see the come. That's just like we never get to see Michael Jordan play, right? But we remember when he used to play. Come on. So
For Crawford, the situation is far more risky. If Bud wins, the response will be predictable. People will dismiss it, saying he defeated an aging Floyd. It wouldn't elevate his legacy in a meaningful way. But a loss? That would be catastrophic. Falling to a near 50-year-old Mayweather would instantly derail the momentum from the Canelo victory and raise questions about everything Crawford has worked to establish.
Before the fight, the Crawford-Canelo fight, and you had a Cavs hat on. This time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. GOAT, greatest of all time, man. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to his coaches, not just me, Saul, Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists. You know, everybody played a part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Of course he is.
That's why many believe Crawford doesn't need this matchup at all. His resume already speaks for itself. He defeated Canelo, solidified his place as the top fighter of his generation, and proved his greatness. If he chose to walk away today, his name would still be remembered among the sport's all-time greats.
In the league, I wouldn't be mad if I never see Terence fight again. The way he performed, getting ready to be 38, I think, in a few days. Man, what better way to go out? What better way to tell the game goodbye? What better way? Who you gonna fight? I was arguing with Max on the way to the venue about Boots Ennis. Nah, we don't go fight Canelo and then go back and fight Boots Ennis. I saw a report today. Somebody was talking about him going up to light heavyweight. Nah, we don't go up to light heavyweight. We just went up 3 weight classes since the Spence fight and 2 weight classes since the Madrimov fight, my last fight.
That wraps things up for today's video. If you found it interesting, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your take. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.